I got a woman way over town, good to me. Oh yeah, she give me money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a kind of friend indeed. I got a woman way over town that's good to me. La patrie, la mort nous vaincront.
So, as Black diasporas around the world, are we born to be among the poorest communities? How to become financially strong and finally respected by other races? So, in this video, I would like to take a step back and talk about Black history, something hidden actually that you will probably never read in any history books that we spend so much time to learn in high school and stuff. And we're gonna talk about Black Wall Street. Which is a community of Afro-Americans, and for those who are actually wondering, are they supposed to be models for niggers in 2020? I'm gonna reply, definitely yes. Because they've done the impossible, especially at this time of racial segregation. You have to understand that they became one of the richest Black community of the whole countries, and so rich that they was compared to Wall Street. So if you would like to understand the pattern that they applied to become very powerful and be a part of the revolution of your community, make sure to watch the whole video. And if you're ready, let's start.
Good God Almighty, like back in the old days. You know, years ago they had the A&R man to tell you what to play, how to play it, you know, whether it's disco or rock. But we just went in the studio and we did it. We had champagne in the studio, of course, you know, compliments of the company, and we just laid back and did it. So we hope you enjoy listening to this album half as much as we enjoy playing it for you, because we had a ball.
So right after the abolition of slavery, ex-white masters' family received big financial compensations to balance the fact that they are lost their free workforce, and they received the opportunity to invest that huge amount of money in a lot of businesses like factories, stores, and so on. But for Afro-American was actually the victims of more than 300 years of slavery. No matter how much they were afflicted and the pain they went through, because slavery wasn't just like work unpaid actually. You have to realize like it was more evil than that. And even though they received like no lands, no money, no education, can you imagine like the majority of Black people at this time wasn't able to read, just read. No access to quality health care, no access to some type of jobs with good salary. They was actually very broke. It's something that you have to understand. And not only the fact that they had to start from scratch and become successful, hustle and stuff, no, it was way harder, because you have to understand that the majority of the citizens of the United States at this time was white. Whites mean literally at this time racist. So you have to understand, like basically it was the racial segregation, so they was openly against Black people, sorry, and it was like an absolute economic miracle, because face all those challenges, the fact that they was in a society that literally hate them because they was Black. It's something really impressive that you start to realize that some Black decided to organize themselves in society, in a little community, and they succeeded to build an empire. But how they did it is the question that we all would like to know. How they did it in less than a decade to start to build a district very rich, and it's something that we will see in the second part. So we are in the United States. It's the 19th century, the beginning, and we are in the city of Tulsa in Oklahoma. And what you have to know is at this time it was the racial segregation, and as I said before, it's obviously it's mean that white were separate from the Black people, and black people obviously live in ghettos. And the name of this ghetto, of this district, was Greenwood. It was very, at this time, very frustrated. Everything started from a frustrations because the black people worked for white, and unfortunately they haven't the ability to spend their money as they want, because they was denied to go in certain businesses, and they decided to give the best answers to hate, which is self-empowerment. So in less than a decade, they decided then, instead of spend their money into white business and reach the people that they basically hate them, sorry, they decided that it was way better to invest in themselves and spend the money inside the community of Tulsa. So it's what they've done. All the salary that they earned at their white companies, they spent it inside the community of Tulsa and of Greenwood, sorry, and they started to provide themselves to fulfill what they need themselves. So entrepreneurs started to created some businesses, and very fast they started to have a lot of stuff, like a bank owned by only black people. Every business that I'm gonna talk about is owned by black people. So a bank, a library, some libraries, schools, and bunch more that the list is here, but they've done a lot. So some stores, I don't know how much, but a long list of stores and stuff. And it's, I mean, like, it started to be very, very, very known. Like even among the white populations, they knew like that at this time the district enriched more than the rest of the city of Tulsa, because as I said before, Greenwood started to be so rich that they got their own airplanes, their own bus companies, and a lot of businesses, and the young entrepreneurs started to become so rich that they got some mansions, a lifestyle that even white people can't afford in Tulsa, at least in Tulsa, sorry. So it started to create some tensions and hate, especially among white population against black, because they felt like it's impossible that they empower so fast and so much. Like, it's impossible that they got so much businesses and success, and finally they find their excuses to kill all the black people that they found, because this event is very historical for the United States, because it's the worst, sorry, not the most, but the worst crime against black people since the end of slavery, and it's called the Tulsa riots. Okay, so we are the last day of May 1921, and a black male who went to his job actually was accused by a young girl, a white girl actually, was responsible of the elevator where the black male work, that she raped her, like, and I personally feel, it's just my personal opinion, but it's a bit crazy, because he worked there since a while and raped a white woman in an elevator. It seems pretty crazy, because it's not like it's gonna he have the time to do his stuff, and he was without any proof arrested by the police. But the crowd heard about this news and was very upset and decided to beat his ass. Some, I don't know how much, but some black proposed to help the police and came with weapons, especially with guns, and proposed to help the police to protect the young black male, because they was very united at Greenwood, which was one of their biggest qualities, and it was provoked by the crowds, and we don't know, but someone shot it. We don't know who was the responsible, but it was the excuses, like literally for the white people who was very upset. It was the excuses, it was the perfect moments to decide to finish with this black community, to end with this black community who becomes so rich. So at the same night, I said the same night, a people from the Ku Klux Klan decided to kill all the people of the Greenwood district, and there was more than 2,000 white male who decided to kill each black that they're gonna find. So in some hours, in 1 hour actually, they burned almost all the district and killed all the people, burned all the people. It can be ladies, it can be children, it can be grandfathers, no matter, as long they are black, they was killed, like literally. And it was, as I said before, one of the worst episodes of the racism in the United States. So to conclude this video, I would like to share my personal opinion about the events of Black Wall Street. So basically what I personally feel is that it's a perfect example of what we are actually capable to do if we are organized. That if we decide tomorrow to spend our money into only black businesses, to understand that the best way to glow up is that to be united, to be together, to help each other. It's gonna make the huge difference in the future, because I know, like, basically you can have some frustrations about the news, what's happening to black all over the world, but we have this power. I deeply feel that we have this power to decide our destiny, actually, to decide how we can change the way around, at least how we can have an impact of the people around us. And it's very important that you understand that if you take an example of the people who lived in Black Wall Street, actually, even though like the conditions was very hard, but definitely they haven't waited for help or something, that haven't begged for any help or any money. They've done everything by themselves. All this empire that they've built, even though like it at the end was destroyed, but you have to understand that you have this greatness inside of yourself. Like basically we all have dreams, ambitions and stuff, and we have to decide when we're gonna start to do it. Just do it. That's pretty much all. No big deal. We just have to do it, no matter the circumstances, no matter your backgrounds. It doesn't really matter, as long as at this moment you're alive. There's always a hope to achieve your dreams. You never know what you can basically achieve, and it's very important that you focus on your dreams, on yourselves, that you try to become the better version of yourselves, to be able to help your community, your family, your friends and stuff, and also for yourself, to help yourself first. It's very important, and I felt like through this history, very interesting and very sad, we have to understand that we can do it. It's the very last word that I want to give to this video, and I hope that you basically like the videos. Hit the bell to support the channel and subscribe. I will really appreciate personally. And if you like the video, let me know in the comments, and I will potentially make a whole series about it. So yeah, God bless Africa. Take care.